Mexico City is launching the modernization of trains, control system, and tracks of Mexico City Subway Line 1 plan as a project for the provision of services, PPS, which requires the subscription of a long-term service contract. The budget is $850 million and includes the acquisition of 29 new trains and their long-term maintenance, the change of all the rails, and the incorporation of the CBTC. As a result, the modernization of Line 1, the most important of Mexico City Metro, will decrease travel time and waiting times, reduce failures and energy consumption, and improve comfort and safety for passengers. Transport capacity will increase by 35%. In terms of access and equity, it is worth to know that Mexico City's metro system is the main public transport network in the metropolitan area, providing services for most of the 22 million population. It is an affordable system since the one-ride ticket, less than 25 cents in US dollars, is one of the least expensive in the world. For the execution phase, alternative public transportation service will be provided to give the appropriate support for the passengers. In terms of economic efficiency and fiscal sustainability, the project is sustainable since the required public expenditure to pay for the services provided by the private contractor will come from the tax revenue that, by law, the federal government shares to the government of Mexico City. A special provision and trust have been established for this purpose. The social net present value is $270 million, whereas the social internal rate of return is 15.9%. Also considering a risk transfer analysis, the social net benefit of developing the project with a PPS scheme instead of other procurement options is worth at least $170 million. There was a competitive and transparent bidding process supervised by Mexico City Comptroller and the United Nations Office for Project Services, UNOPS. Also, a minimum of national content percentage of 35% was established. In terms of environmental sustainability and resilience, the project will improve the convenience of using an environment-friendly public transport system. In addition, power consumption will be reduced in 35% due to more efficient energy requirements in the specifications of the new trains. Also, the private provider is committed to present an environmental management program and measures for an efficient solid waste management. In terms of replicability, the experience and documentation of this PPS could be used by the government of Mexico City to undertake further PPS, not only for the metro. The contribution of the UNOPS has guaranteed the use of international best practices, and there is an enabling framework to enhance related training and capacity building for local staff. The project also supports innovation and technology transfer. Finally, in terms of stakeholder engagement, the undertaking of the project has included feedback and comments from the users of the metro system, different agencies of the local and federal governments, the private sector, and the labor unions. The Ministry of Mobility of Mexico City participates to reach out to all stakeholders, especially the users of the different ways of transport, and to provide transport alternatives during the project's execution to reduce the impact of the passengers. In terms of transparency, most of the materials related to the project, including the initial versions of the bidding documents and their modifications, were published in the Metro's website to allow retrieves. It is worth to mention that for the market research phase, there were more than 3,000 questions that were answered by the STC officials and advisors.
Es muy bueno y lo que hace falta.
Se me hace súper bien porque nos va a beneficiar a todas las personas que trabajamos.
Esos cambios son buenos.
Adelante para que uno esté mejor.
Y va a ser mayor seguridad para nosotros como usuarios.